I'm Bookkeeper, and I'll be playing the Reverend Dr. Alexander Hutcheson, the Avalon Scholar.
I'm Clara Allison, and I'm playing Lucia di Felici, the Vodace Strega.
Hi, I'm Glamour. I'm playing Viviana Lucani, the Vodace courtesan and daughter of Sophia.
Hi, I'm Overthinker. I'm playing Alonso Hernandez, the Castellan swordsman on a quest.
Hello, my name is Typhoon, and I will be playing Heinrich von Groth, the Isen war veteran.
And I'm Bloodied Porcelain. I'll be your storyteller for the evening.
The search for Henri continues. First, we discussed what we'd found in Henri's dungeon cell. Then some rest was called for while we retained our wits. Lucia and Viviana made apologies to their patron, Lady du Châtelaine, and discussed whether her Freethinkers party had knowledge of Henri's whereabouts. The lady informed them she did not, and the Vadocians retired to spy on Henri once more and discuss matters of the heart and other body parts. Heinrich invited me to his estate, a safer and far more comfortable arrangement than the dingy inn this side of the city walls. We trained in the morning, and I met his daughter, who seemed far more interested in the youthful games of flirting and celebration than her father. From there, we reconvened and made for the chapter house of the Rosencross, a noble order of knights who stand against injustice wherever they find it. I admit I was zealous in my respect, but I was also shocked to find them as shady as the rest of Charus and seemingly exhausted by otherworldly forces they forbid us from confronting. Their leader, the Knight Faith, was able to confirm her people's involvement in Henri's disappearance, but did not give his location, instead offering to deliver a message that he might know she was safe and seeking him. It seems the Rosencross maintained some of their heart, if not the strength of spirit I had hoped for.
I believe we were still at the chapter house because you were going to write the letter before you left, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to start with that scene. Alonso and Heinrich are out in the hall with Faith, while in Faith's office, Alexander, Viviana, and Lucia have their heads down working on this letter. What does it say, guys?
Dottore, do you mind reading back what you've written?
My beloved, there are no proper words to describe my relief and elation that you are safe and well. I am so sorry that you had to endure that horrible place for your beliefs, and I thank Theos that you have been delivered from it. Master Knight Darent assures me that wherever you may be, this letter will find you. I regret that it seems to have mastered a skill I have not yet, as I am not accompanying this letter to fly to your side, but in seeking you out, I have ignited a small hornet's nest of problems. Yes, I did seek you out. My family had resolved to marry me off to a man from the Villanova family, a fate I could not accept. There is no world without you in it, where I would accept being by the side of some other man, to say nothing of a man from a family with a reputation like that of the Villanovas. Afraid but undaunted, I did the only thing I could. I ran to find you. I arrived in Charus at the outset of Lempero's birthday celebrations, and I searched high and low for you. At last, I thought I had found someone with which to plead my case, your mother. I am deeply sorry, but my declaration of our love caused her to send someone to confirm my story with you, at which point your absence from your cell in La Donjon was discovered. You must know your mother well and can readily imagine what happened next. Both I and the fine people assisting me were immediately given the task of finding you, if for no other reason than to prove we had not helped you escape. In discovering that you had fled, I have come to an impasse. I would never betray you. Indeed, my heart wishes I had found you in that cell and organized your escape myself. But my heart also knows that your mother will never let us go without an answer. And so, my love, I must beg a boon from you. I ask you to send us something we may pass to your mother, informing her that you are alive, that we did not assist in your escape, and, should you so desire, of your intentions. We are tasked to find you, not to bring her before you. and I would no sooner put you within the reach of that woman's authority than I would blaspheme the name of Theos himself. I recognize and accept the risk of not giving your mother what she so clearly wants, but it is no choice at all. I fear her. I love you. Just a few days ago, I was thinking of finding you. Then I was thinking of rushing to your rescue. Now, with you near but hidden from me, my heart aches for you. I have hardly been the proper and quiet young lady in seeking you out, but there is a time to listen to one's head and a time to listen to one's heart. Save me, my love, that I may protect you. With deepest affection, your Lucia.
I will admit, it does sound odd when it's you reading it, not my nurse, but it seems correct.
Well, if you two are satisfied with the contents of the letter, I think I would like to talk to Master Knight Darland for a bit.
May we know about what?
Oh, yes, I'd just like to smooth things over further. You did threaten her, after all.
Lucia, looks down and then, sits down in one of the chairs.
I expect that small pout meant yes, of course. Please do assist us. Shall we give you the room then?
Yes, I would appreciate that.
Echo. And Lucia will head out.
I have so as Lucia steps out into the hallway, or let's back up a little bit. While all of that was happening, Heinrich and Alonso would have gotten to see one of the other Knights of the Rose Cross in his tabard come through the room. The two of them kind of step away so that you're in sight but can't really hear them while they keep their voices low, and kind of talk back and forth for a moment. And then the knight sort of glances up at the two of you, frowns a little bit, but nods to her, and heads off deeper into the chapter house. When Lucia comes out of the room, Faith is a little bit surprised to see that it's her. Is Lucia carrying the letter?
Actually, I didn't say I was. I can.
I'm just asking because I need to know who has it.
Do you mind, Alex?
There are, in fact, 2 copies of the letter. Which one do you wish to send to him? The one in Montaigne or the one in Vodace?
Oh. Vodachin? That's always been in Vodachin.
As you wish. And so I will pass along the copy that is in Vodace to the Master Knight.
She will take it and kind of glance. She doesn't. You can tell she's not looking at the words. She's more like looking at the fact that she's been given a letter that doesn't have a seal of any sort on it. Do you have a seal you would like to use?
I do not have one here.
It is all right. I will use mine. Is there anything else you would like to send along with it?
I don't have anything else. But thank you.
She sort of nods a little bit, and then she realizes that one of you isn't out in the hallway with her.
The Lady Francesca would like a word before we depart.
I see. Well, stay here. And she kind of gives all of you like a kind of that please don't go anywhere and make me have to react look, and then heads into the office and shuts the door behind her.
And I imagine multiple people on our side give Lucia the same look.
Probably. Shuts the door behind her. Viviana, you watch her make her way over to the desk. She pulls out a kit with sealing wax and produces her like a signet ring that she is wearing that has a quick glance can tell you has the symbol of the Rose and Cross. And after a few moments, she seals the letter and sets it aside. Kind of gives a long breath and rubs her forehead before she looks at you. What can I do for you, madam?
I think I would like to further explain my young companion's reaction. While it was incredibly inappropriate of her to threaten you in your own abode, no less, and I would like to express our gratitude as a whole for you not reacting extremely negatively to that. Theus knows that many people would not have let such a comment slide, and it is a credit to your temperament as the Master Knight of the Chapter House that you were able to move on from such a slight. I think I also owe you a further explanation on Lucia. Lucia is reckless and young and hopelessly in love. Viviana sighs deeply, like somebody who is exhausted but fond. She left Vodace on her own, forsook her duty to her family, came to Montaigne, joined a league of entertainers, came to Montaigne with the hope of seeing her beloved, and the thought that she might be denied the opportunity to finally see him was... Again, she shouldn't have reacted that way, but surely you can understand that somebody so hopelessly infatuated with another might not take the news of their beloved being okay, but being unable to see them well.
Faith sort of gives like a little half smile. Madame Lombardi, if I allowed every hot-headed youth to get under my skin and evoke a negative reaction, I would not have this position. I do appreciate your apologies and understand where young Lucia is coming from. I am sorry that I couldn't give more information, but the safety of those we help is tantamount, and as long as you are associated with someone who put one of them at risk, I can't simply open all of our doors to you. You understand?
I do understand. I will not attempt to push that point, but I will say that none of us are truly loyal to La Grande Dame. We are simply acting upon her instructions so that she does not have all of us thrown in the dungeon.
I understand. Viviana, roll me... you don't have cold read or anything, do you?
No, not cold read.
Fortunately, it's just going to be straight wits then. You don't have anything that kind of helps you get a read on people.
What is the target number?
20.
Okay. I will spend a drama die.
Alright, do it. That's a 17. Drama die gets you... 18?
I'll spend another one.
It's a good thing you've got them banked. Alright, cool. So that puts you at 27?
Yes.
You can tell that reassuring her that you are not loyal to Le Grand Dame may have actually done more harm than good. You get the feeling from having spoken to her and the way that she seemed to react earlier to the quote unquote reassurances that you were keeping to the letter of the agreement that you made with Le Grand Dame and not the spirit of it. That, and from what you know of the Knights, honor is a big thing, and it's an inherently kind of dishonorable approach, the one that you guys are taking, even if it's for good reasons.
Viviana will note that, and I think she will say, I know that honor is a big tenet when it comes to the Knights of the Rose and Cross, and you always abide by your word. And I understand how it may come off for a group of people that you have never met to barge into your chapter house and assure you repeatedly that they are going against the tenet of honor. But what you must understand is that we are abiding by honor, our own personal codes of honor. We are sworn to help. We have sworn ourselves to help Lucia in any way possible to be able to contact her beloved. And the circumstances under which we were quote-unquote sworn to Le Grand Dame were not exactly honorable. When somebody holds a blade to your throat and demands that you do something, I think it is understandable if you do not hold them in the highest regard afterwards.
I am not going to sit here and argue the finer points of honor with you. You are under no vows to keep to your specific word, but I do not have to agree with everything you do to help you.
No, you do not. That is fine. I just think that there should be some level of understanding that honor is not always so black and white.
If you say so. Is there anything else you need?
No. Thank you for your time.
She will stand up and walk you to the door of her office, out into the hallway, where she looks at everybody else. Does anyone else need anything?
No, milady, but however, I would once again like to extend our gratitude for your assistance, and if there is anything that I may do to repay the favor, do not hesitate to contact me.
I will keep this in mind.
It has been an honor and a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much.
She gives a nod to Alonso, and then turns to walk you all back to the front door. I wish you all the best in your future pursuits. I will see to it that your correspondence goes out as quickly as I can get it out.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Assuming that you all leave, nobody tries to linger any longer, she shuts the door behind you. As the door is shutting, you hear another one of those kind of otherworldly, hideous wails that raises all of the hairs on the back of your neck, but it cuts off abruptly as soon as the door is shut.
Lucia gives the most bombastic Vidachan side-eye to Alonso.
Alonso looks tense.
Well, our next plan of action was to see Raoul, was it not?
It was.
Indeed. What was that noise? That strange howl.
It was a whole lot of not our problem.
It was something. And they did not wish to discuss it with us, and therefore it is their burden to bear.
Does not sit well with me.
Nor me, but they're adults the same as we are.
We have sufficient problems without looking to take on other people's right now.
On then. But Alonso, as we're leaving, definitely looks back a little frustrated.
Alonso. Take a drama die. I want to hear what's going on in your head.
Since coming to Shorus, I have learned that some of my fears were true. There is much I was told that is not the case, and much that is the case that I was never told. I accept these revelations in the spirit of science. I adjust as best I can, strange though it is. To meet a knight of the Rosencross, to be in these hallowed halls among so many who have, the halls that have held so many who pledged themselves to the destruction of evil. And yet, within these halls, there seems to be an evil, a darkness which plagues its strongest member, or strongest present. Is the beast a danger, or is it endangered by them? There is much that I knew would be complicated here, and much more that has proved to be complicated. I do not think it will ever sit well with me that this too is complicated.
Excellent. Take your drama die.
Thank you very much.
All right. What's the plan, guys?
I think we're headed to Raoul's.
Straight there, not stopping anywhere, not doing anything else. Going once, going twice.
No.
Nope.
All right, cool. In that case, it does not take too long to get there. It's a little bit of a hike. You guys are in a part of the city that you really haven't haven't been in very much, and you're headed back into the wealthy part of the city. But eventually, you arrive at the Cissé du Cissé Chateau.
This place is nice.
It is, as always, a grand abode. There are ample gardens around the building. A lot of the windows are open at the moment. You get the feeling that because it is daytime, they are probably airing things out in preparation, or keeping things fresh and cool in preparation for whatever the next big event that is being held there is. When you guys walk up, a servant is out in the front yard, or out in the front. Looks like cutting a couple of flowers from the flower beds in the front. And when they see him, they kind of stand up and give a little bow. Lord von Groth, we weren't expecting you today.
Yes. Well, is Raoul and Diane present?
Diane and her mother are off meeting with a seamstresses, I believe, to have their gowns adjusted. And he looks like he's not entirely sure what the terminology is for ladies' clothing. But I believe Lord Raoul is inside. I can go and check if you would like.
Yes. Do so. Please let him know that I'm here and wish to speak to him.
He will give a little nod and hurry inside, leaving you guys outside for a little bit. Is there a conversation that anyone wants to have?
So, what are we going to tell him? Everything? Or some?
Forgive me, this has gone in several different directions. What are we going to ask him?
Well,
It was my understanding that we wanted to glean more information about his relationship, about a potential relationship between him or his family and Henri.
With the ring and the materials we have seen, it's quite possible that Raoul is a Knight of the Rosencross and was assisting Henri.
Do we think he is the Porte Master who extracted the young prince?
I would believe so.
Before we move on to that topic, I do have one unrelated topic I need to discuss with him as well.
And I'm happy to discuss with him any potential connections to Henri or to the Knights. But be aware, even intimating that he had a hand in Henri's escape is basically accusing him of treason. So maybe we leave that off the table.
That would be wise.
Well, my plan was to show him the ring that we located and simply ask if he knew why Henri would have had such a signet ring.
Perfectly reasonable line of questions.
But matters of the music and our potential meetings with L'Imperatrix, that's not why
No.
we're here.
No, not at all.
Absolutely not.
Good.
As you guys wrap up chatting, the front door opens and the servant gives another bow. Lord Raoul is inside. He invites you to have a late breakfast, early midday meal with him.
Excellent.
And he steps aside to let you all enter. It doesn't take long. You guys are led into a dining room where a couple of servants are clearly rushing in to set things out on the table for everybody. This was not a planned event, obviously. And as you guys, as the chairs are pulled out for the ladies and you all are able to settle in at the table, Raoul comes kind of strolling in. He is dressed, though not super formally. He doesn't have an overcoat on or anything. It's just his loose-fitting shirt, breeches and boots. And he looks like he probably just rolled out of bed and threw his hair back in a ponytail, and that's that.
Lord Raoul, it's a pleasure to see you again. I apologize for dropping by unannounced, but I had a rather urgent matter that I needed to discuss with you.
Not at all. I assumed at some point you would require my aid. It is why I was assigned to you. And
Well.
he settles down at the table, ignores an obvious like hot cup of probably tea or maybe something more exotic, and instead reaches for a wine glass and a wine bottle. What can I do for you?
Well, since arriving in the city, I seem to have made some enemies. And such that there was an attempt on my life several days ago.
Well, you seem to be in one piece.
Yes, well, we were accosted in an alley one evening, and the perpetrators were far too skilled to have been common robbers. It, by all the evidence we found, it was a targeted attack. Obviously, I am very concerned about this, in particular for the safety of my family.
Heinrich? You don't have sincerity, do you?
No, and he's not lying either.
You guys weren't accosted in an alley.
Yeah, the three guys that Alonso fought. Where I stabbed the random woman.
Yeah, but you guys charged out of an alley at them in the street. You were not accosted in an alley, so I'm gonna need a roll.
Okay, I would argue that they were clearly stalking us, but yeah, whatever. What do I roll?
Let's just go straight panache. Target number 15.
Okay, you want me to keep my roll or re-roll?
Reroll.
Okay. Yeah, no, Heinrich really isn't a sneaky coded message kind of guy. Okay.
Well, 20. Very good. He kind of nods a little bit. And you would have me help how?
Well, as I understand it, you have a certain ability to transport people unseen across distances. If it becomes necessary for me to quickly move my family out of the city, would you be able to assist in that?
I would. It is why I was assigned to help you.
Excellent. What would we need to be able to do to have that happen? I understand you need some sort of anchor item to
I would need to know where you would want them to ultimately go, and then I could tell you how close I could get them.
I mean, in the best circumstances, I would like to be able to move them directly to my estates in the southeast.
But that is not possible. I can get them to my family's estates near your old ones.
Oh, well, that would be more than acceptable. Thank you.
And he nods a little bit. Is there anything else?
No, just like to say that this means a great deal to me. I truly do appreciate your help, and if it looks like danger may become too much, the ability to ensure that my children are safe is a great relief.
He nods. I can do this. I should warn you, moving. It is not a pleasant experience. They will not like it.
Well, more pleasant than swords, I would hope.
And what of you?
I'm less concerned with my own safety. I can handle myself in danger, but if I do need to flee, I may take you up on that offer as well.
Very well. It would take time for me to get them there and come back, and it is draining to make multiple trips in a day. But I will endeavor to help.
Thank you. Thank you.
If I may ask, Monsieur, why? Why is it draining? Is it?
Moving an entire person from one location to another via porte is something only masters can do. It requires a lot of a person.
So a large group would be difficult to impossible.
No. Well, depends on what you mean by large. And he pours himself more wine. You notice that he's already drained the first glass, and the second one you can tell he fills up nearly to the top. Anybody who would like to make a cold read or any sort of like empathy sort of check could make one if they would like.
For sure. I'd also slide my glass towards his as a subtle invitation or request.
He will pour you some of the wine. I'm not going to put a target number on this. I'm just going to have you guys roll. You need a minimum of a 10 to get something, and the higher you get, the more I'll give you.
Can I take a raise?
I'm not doing a target number, so no.
Oh, yeah.
Without a skill, would that just be straight wits?
Yes, it would just be straight wits. Alonso, what are you rolling exactly?
Cold read.
Okay.
Did I throw scheming at this?
I'll allow it.
Okay. I will also be rolling wits and scheming.
Okay, so Alonso got a 14 for just wits and cold read. Heinrich got a 9 for straight wits. Viviana got 24 for wits and scheming. Alexander got 31 for wits and scheming. And Lucia got 23 for what?
Wits and cold read.
Wits and cold read. Cool. We're gonna start with the scheming people because you are approaching this with a very particular eye. You also got the highest roll, so approaching this from the perspective of scheming, the first thing you can tell is that he's not trying to be sneaky in the way that you would expect from somebody who is trying to like lead you on or get specific reactions out of you. It's not like that. What you can tell is that he is clearly not talking about something that he could say a lot about. Like he is purposefully withholding. He has the look of someone who's probably a much better poker face, but you got him first thing in the morning. He is not fully into his cups yet. And is probably a little bit more impacted by the given topic than you would expect from somebody who has mastered the sorcery that he's talking about. For those who used cold read, which is Alonso and Lucia, Alonso, you can tell that he is not comfortable talking about Porte, and seems in general, but especially not about moving people with it. Lucia, you can tell the thing that you pick up on is that while other people might assume that the vague tremor in one of his hands is, probably being hungover or just not having had enough alcohol to like feed the addiction this morning yet. You can tell that there is probably a measure of distress to it. It's less his body's reaction to a lack of what it wants and is dependent on, and more a reaction to his reaction emotionally to the topic. Heinrich, you don't get anything because it was a minimum of 10 to really get much. Alonso, you could just tell he's very uncomfortable.
I have a question.
Yes?
Is Raoul a hero, villain, or scoundrel?
Raoul is a hero. For sure. You could tell that if he were pushed hard enough, he might go a little bit scoundrelly, but he doesn't seem to have an ounce of villain in him.
Thank you.
I have a move I would like to make subtly.
Okay.
Just keeping an eye on the bottle and sort of the pace of the conversation. I'd like to drink at a steady rate so that hopefully the bottle is empty when he goes for it, as we are hitting a point of really questioning him. So
you're trying to take in enough alcohol to slow him down so he's not imbibing too much?
Yes, but I'd really... Yes, let's just go with that. I was saying so that he goes for the bottle to steady him and finds it empty when the hard-hitting questions begin.
Okay. All right. I understand that better. Okay, cool. Thank you for clarifying.
For sure.
What can I have you roll for that? Because this
Brawn
this
to keep
feels...
my shit together.
Well, brawn to keep your shit together, but there's got to be some sort of roll associated. I've got to have you make some sort of roll to just be able to like know how to tell like when to act and whatnot.
Math.
Yeah.
Etiquette.
No. I think math works. It is about trying to gauge how much he can handle, how much you can handle, like how fast you should be reacting to things, that sort of thing. So let's do wits and math. We'll do a target number 20. I may ask for more rolls in the future, and the target number of those will depend on how well you do on this one.
In that case, I'll take a raise.
So we're going for a 25. Close. 21.
And a drama dice.
Oh, 22.
A 1 on a drama dice is the most painful thing in the world.
It is. Oh my god. 23? 23?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. No, I'm doing it out of spite. I'm spending all of them right here if I have to.
24? All right, cool.
30 something. 30
31.
21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, 31. Cool. Yeah, you
Fuck
are
you, Dice Bot.
You are relatively certain that you can keep an eye on things and pace your drinking to his. You have no idea how well you're going to hold that much wine because you have seen this man drink before, and it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You also know that he's very wealthy and could just call for more wine, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's why I'm not trying to... I'm just trying to time it.
Yep, got it.
From where I'm sitting, can I tell what kind of wine it is? I might also just ask for a cup.
I mean, he will ensure that everybody has a glass if it becomes clear that everybody is planning to hang out. He's gotten kind of accustomed to people coming in, asking questions, and then leaving. So, once it becomes clear that you guys are actually going to stick around for the meal, he will have another. He will have another bottle brought for the other half of the table. Having picked up that Alonso is going to ask for cups from his bottle.
I'm so excited.
I mean, yeah, Heinrich will have a glass too, obviously. Don't want to be rude.
In terms of the wine, you can tell I don't have a name off the top of my head. It is a Montaigne vintage. You have tasted it before, given what your family does. It's pretty good. It's not as good as your stuff. You know that Sémø has plenty of your family stuff, but you also know that it is expensive and not easy to get here in Montaigne, so they probably don't break it out for every little occasion. Also, what Sémø has is all as far as the rumor mill has told you, all like a personal gift from the prince of your family.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide. I'm not going to do anything crazy yet. But can I see his arcana or anything? His string under his primary string is his arcana.
When you look at him, his arcana is the High Empress, or the High Priestess inverted. And his most predominant thread is a staves thread. It is green and stretches off somewhere into the house, as far as you can tell.
Yeah, Lucia just settles in.
So are we sitting in a way where Viviana could have made sure to sit, like, beside Raoul?
Oh, absolutely. That's not hard.
Okay.
He likes you, so.
Yeah. I think as Viviana notices that he is, in fact, withholding information, she will just make sure that her hand occasionally brushes his, give him a charming smile, try to set him at ease a bit.
Trying to soothe him?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to have you make a roll right now, because nothing else has really happened since people started talking about the thing that clearly makes him very uncomfortable. But he'll kind of... He gives you a smile that you could tell at the corners is just a little bit strained.
Mm.
And he drains about half his glass in one gulp. So... Depending on the size of the group, it is not too big and it can be impossible. So you won't find Porte sorcerers moving entire armies, if that is what you were curious about.
A dozen, 50.
That would not likely to be done by one person.
By one person?
You have enough Porte sorcerers. You can move as many people as you want. You just break them down into smaller groups.
So it is not all of them moving the one group at once, but smaller groups. Okay, I see. Alonso drinks.
Why are you all asking me these things?
Well, it was just, you know the Reverend Doctor is curious about these sorts of things. And Heinrich just simply cares for the safety of his family.
Do you have sincerity?
I do.
I would like a panache and sincerity roll, please.
Oh.
Your target number is going to be 25.
I will take a raise.
So we're going for a 30.
Yeah, 32.
And you get a 32. Roll your 10 again. I don't know why I bother asking you or Alexander to roll anything. God damn. So that's a 35. Okay. He settles a little bit at your reassurance. Less about he's not so nervous anymore and more that he is less concerned that he is being led down a path, so to speak. Lord von Groth, if you think your daughters are at risk, the sooner we move them, the better. Especially if there is a chance I will need to come back and help you. Which is my primary duty, according to my cousin.
As the situation stands now, I don't think it's necessary today. But in the coming weeks, I'm not sure how things will develop. So I may need to ask this favor on short notice, and really anywhere safe outside of Charus would probably be okay.
Kind of arches a brow but nods. Very well.
I imagine you have some understanding of this. I note from your badge that you are a member of the Swordsman's Guild. Perhaps venture is not unknown to you?
He kind of gives a little shrug. I would not say I'm a particularly adventurous sort, but there are very few men of good breeding who are not swordsmen.
Ah.
I'm not going to have people roll again. Those who rolled above a 25 can tell that that's not the entire truth. He's not lying about the fact that most men from noble families end up part of the Swordsman's Guild, that it's kind of a rite of passage, but there's probably way more to it than that for him.
Seeing that no one is bringing out the ring and pressing the reason we're here, I think Alonso's just gonna talk a little sword stuff. How is training different here than it is in Castile? That kind of thing.
Yeah, put him a little at ease with random conversational topics while we eat.
Yeah, let's enjoy a chill breakfast and maybe resume after.
All right. Anybody who wants to participate in conversation can roll me a Wits and Socialize, or a Wits and Oratory, depending on what you have. Socialize you will be coming across a little bit more relaxed. Oratory, you will be coming across a little bit more formal.
Target number?
This is mostly just to see how well you guys do, so I'm not going to set one.
Okay.
Damn it, this character doesn't have Socialize.
Can I use Panache and Oratory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus, Alonso. Roll your 10.
Also 32.
Criminy.
You get Alonso talking about sword techniques, and he gets into it. Somebody might have a special interest.
Okay. Starting with Alonso, what did you roll and what did you get?
32 Oratory.
So you're going for formal. Okay. What you learn is that he studied Valru. And while he is from the way he discusses it with you, he, at least from a knowledge perspective, seems to have a pretty intimate understanding of how Valru works, and how swordplay in general works. He seems pretty knowledgeable. And could probably keep pace with most people that you studied with, and maybe even some of the people that you studied under. At least from a theory perspective. You haven't actually seen him work, so you don't know how good he'll be once the sword is in his hands. But he seems to have the kind of knowledge you would expect from somebody who could train others. And seems to have been at it since he was a little boy.
With this high roll, I'll express interest in sparring. I've heard a lot about Valro, but for obvious reasons, I haven't had a lot of chance to cross blades with it in a friendly manner.
He admits that swordplay is not his favorite thing, but sure, perhaps someday, if you guys find time, and he doesn't have anything else going on, he will go a few rounds with you.
Viviana promises him a massage if he wins.
That is a good deal, one I would not turn down.
No man in their right mind would. Lucia, what did you roll and what did you get?
27.
And what did you roll?
Wits and oratory, because I don't have socialize. I could make an argument for sincerity, ? Because I have a thought.
I mean,
that
this
I
is
kinda wanna
making
try.
small talk.
Yeah.
So if you want to use sincerity to try and like lie and maneuver him, I would wait until we're out of the like montage sequence.
Yeah. Then that I will. Then yeah, wits and oratory.
Okay.
This
Is
is
there
not my
anything in
first language.
particular you want to talk about, or are you just being sociable?
I'm gonna be sociable for now. I have a thought that I'm gonna try as he gets a little drunker.
Okay. Well, in that case, everything seems to go over pretty smoothly. You do not, as they say in Vidace, put your foot in it. Alexander, what did you roll and what did you get?
I rolled oratory and I got an 18, so I am doing passable, but I'm otherwise overly stuffy today.
Your mind is elsewhere. You keep replaying everything that happened at the chapter house, and Knight Durant, and her insistence that you could not help her bothers you deeply as a man who has dedicated his life to helping people.
I devote myself at present to the croissants.
Heinrich.
AS helps those who help themselves. To croissants.
Heinrich, what did you roll and what did you get?
16 and oratory. And primarily he's just making small talk about good places that he might take Diane out.
Okay. You are also a little bit distracted. Maybe it's the idea that you might actually have to rely on a Porte sorcerer to move your daughters, and he was very clear that it would be an unpleasant experience that they would not like. But he does give you a couple of thoughts. Mostly it's, she really likes gardens. And there are a number of places in Charus that have fantastic gardens, including the Sun Palace. So if you can get invites to parties there or whatnot, then you would probably make her day. Nothing like a romantic stroll. And Viviana, what did you roll and what did you get?
I rolled panache and oratory and I got a 33.
Excellent. What are you going for anything specific? Or are you just trying to like, I don't know, keep him distracted, or what?
She is trying to generally keep him distracted and somewhat at ease, at least with conversation. And in terms of what she talks about, she just talks about the various parties that are happening in Charus.
Okay. You find out that he went to a party where La Grande Dame wasn't throwing it, but she was present. And he kind of delighted in the. You get the feeling that she has had a couple of annoyances in terms of rumors that have come up about Henri since Lucia's scene. And she's not thrilled about it.
And with that topic of conversation brought up, then Heinrich is going to shift to something slightly more important and say, "Oh, Raoul, by the way, we in our investigations looking for the missing boy, we did discover a particularly juicy bit of information."
I'm listening.
Oh, I think we mentioned to you before that you told us that his mother had him thrown in the dungeon. Well, the boy managed to escape.
Really?
Yes.
This is all but unheard of.
He vanished from his cell, and she didn't learn about it for, I believe, over a month. He's been gone.
Well, I imagine there are going to be members of the Musketeers who are going to, how do they say, be hung up by their toes?
Well, as we heard, the guards were so terrified of the woman that no one would tell her about it.
This is not surprising. She is a formidable woman.
Yeah, we managed to actually gain entry to his cell. It was, I must say, it was surprising how lax the security there was.
In what way?
Well, one, we found a knife in his cell, which is definitely something that one does not want their prisoners to have. And then we also
behind.
And then we also found, some rose petals that had blood on them, which kind of led me to believe that sorcery might have been what was used to get him out of the cell. But one of the guards would have had to have been bribed to bring those items into him.
Finish the wine bottle.
Sorry, unusual that someone would have smuggled things into him. Stranger that he would leave it behind if he was going to escape.
Yeah, you're right. That is a bit odd that he left the blade behind.
Or that he left any of it behind.
Well, perhaps he was in a hurry. I know I would certainly be eager to get out of that kind of cell. It was I expected Montaigne noblemen to have better accommodations, and even in a dungeon.
The dungeon is not designed for comfort, my friend. That's where you send people when you want them to disappear and never come back. Or to teach them a lesson in this case.
Yeah, well, the lesson may have been lost on him since he managed to get out.
Perhaps. I wonder who would have helped him.
Indeed, that is still a mystery.
He reaches for the wine bottle when he realizes that his glass is empty again, and then realizes that the bottle is empty and kind of frowns a little bit. And snaps his fingers, signaling for a servant. No, nobody comes right away. It's going to take them time to go get the bottle, but...
Is he telling the truth?
You could certainly roll to see if he is.
Hey, Viviana, is he telling the truth?
Viviana doesn't have anything to read people with, babe.
I can probably look.
Anybody who would like to try and get a read on him can roll me wits and either scheming or cold read.
Difficulty?
20?
I'll take a raise.
Okay.
Would that be worth it?
If you want to, it might get you more information. Of course, you have to roll better than 13.
I'm gonna roll some drama dice.
Okay, you need a 25.
I'm not going to roll some drama dice.
I will also take a raise.
Okay. Jesus. Again, don't know why I bother having Alexander roll anything.
Hey, I rolled an 18 on the last pool, so...
That's fair. So that's a 34. Lucia fails. Viviana fails.
Threshold was 20.
Yes. Alonso gets a 22. Roll your 10.
I felt that I should have taken a raise.
It's a 27. Okay. Alexander and Alonso. As far as you can tell, he is telling the truth. He does not seem to know what's going on. Certainly doesn't seem to be the one who got him out, based on his reactions.
Cool. I think I'm gonna try to communicate that to Heinrich, just like make eye contact and shake my head a little.
Okay. Well, do I understand his signal?
I mean, you were kind of, angling towards the thing. I'm not going to make you guys roll. I will. We could assume that you understand what he is trying to say. No, he's not lying.
Okay.
Or no, he didn't do it. Either way, same message.
Okay.
There's been so much trouble about Henri. Did you know him?
In passing, from parties.
Did he have any sort of reputation?
Like what? In Montaigne, everyone has a reputation. You have to be more specific.
Well, then what was his?
Devoted to his family. Valiant. Generally good-natured, from what I can tell. Had a couple of, let's say, wild years when he was just beginning to verge onto being a man, but they did not last long, as one could imagine they wouldn't with a mother like that.
I think we've all had our wild years.
Indeed. Some of us are still in them. And he lifts his glass, and as he lifts his glass, a servant appears from behind him and fills it. So it's just in time for him to salute you and then take a sip.
Nothing wrong with wild years. They can be quite fun.
Indeed. Was there anything else you all needed to talk to me about? I feel as if everyone is, how do they say in Avalon, beating around the bush.
There was one other thing we encountered in the young man's chambers in his home, and we hoped you might be able to shed some light on. He will, and Alexander will look at Alonso.
Oh, wait, I have the ring?
Yeah.
I thought Heinrich had it. All right, yes, I present the ring. Yes, this was well concealed, but it was in his chambers.
He will reach out for it.
Hand it over.
He holds it up so that he could get a look at it, and frowns when he sees his family's seal. As a reminder, the ring is relatively unadorned. It's well made, but it is plain by comparison to, say, the signet ring that you see on his hand right now, which is a little bit more ostentatious. Quite a bit more ostentatious, I should say.
Of course it is.
I cannot be sure, but I think I might know who this belongs to.
Who?
My cousin, Hugh.
And what can you tell us of this Hugh character?
He is a good man. He is a member of the Knights of the Rosencross. And is, I believe, currently living in Pei was the capital city before the Emperor had the palace built here.
Very interesting.
Is Hugh also a sorcerer?
No.
Monsieur, looking around the table, you understand, it seems he is known to Raoul, that they may have been friends.
It would certainly seem so, or someone got a hold of Hugh's ring and gave it to Raoul for some reason.
Would you know by any chance what sort of circles and clubs they might have attended, where they might have met mutual friends?
I don't see Hugh very often, since he joined the Knights. They mostly forsake most of their ties to their families, so it's not like we are in regular contact anymore. I only suspect that this is his because it is so plain. It might be the only thing he could really get away with after joining.
I see. If you could nonetheless provide us perhaps a means to contact him.
I couldn't provide you any means you don't already have. Letters, you could go see him.
All right. Thank you.
But
I kind of look at the ring. Does he want to keep it?
He's
just hand it
studying it.
back?
It's not like he's like it looks like he is trying to like tuck it away. He's studying it as you guys talk. Alexander, what were you gonna say?
Could I make a wits and politics roll to see what I know about the city?
Sure. We'll make that just a target number 15. Pei is a pretty major city, so.
All right, I will take one raise.
Going for a 20. Damn.
Yeah.
Roll that 10. All right, that's a 40 on a target number 20. All right, so the first thing you know is that Pei is best known for the embassy. Those in Pei call it Le Labyrinth because it is massive and has a reputation for having twisting and confusing corridors. You know that ambassadors from all over Thea are entertained there, while delegates from Charus negotiate things. You also know that the Emperor never goes there. What you have heard is that he finds the whole city rather gauche. And most courtiers who want him to continue to favor them stay in Charus instead of going to Pay. Fuck. That said, it is also the place where a lot of nobility throw like parties that they don't want to worry about the emperor showing up at.
And how far away is it?
Not terribly. You could probably get there in a day or two. Yeah, probably about 2 days if you like hard ride. If you take your time, it would probably take closer to like 4 or 5.
I will. I'll make a note of that for now, but Alexander's not going to say anything right at the moment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then if no one else continues that line of questioning, Heinrich would then switch back to small talk. So, it doesn't look like, okay, interrogation's done, now we get up and leave.
Okay. You guys, I'm not going to make anyone roll for this. You guys are able to slip pretty smoothly into a little bit more small talk. He continues to drink relatively heavily, especially now that I'm assuming Alonso is not trying to deprive him.
Correct.
So he slips back into his usual drinking patterns. And by the time the meal is over, you can tell he's well into his cups, but this is how he usually is, so he's probably fine.
His usual drinking pattern of steady, problematic.
I need Alonso to make a straight brawn roll, please.
Oh my god, Alonso, please get drunk.
I'm gonna need a target number 20 if you just want to be tipsy, 25, or if you want to be tipsy, 25 if you want to be totally sober.
Yeah, I'll do 20.
Okay.
Probably. Let's see. 21.
All right. You are tipsy. You go to stand up, and the room pitches around you a little bit, but you're okay. You get the sneaking suspicion that had Raul let you drink a little bit more and not like kind of competed with, or not even like knowingly competed with you, but had you not been basically competing with him, you probably would have been flat on your ass.
Yeah. Small talk, hang out, spend the afternoon, I guess, being friends with Raul.
Okay. Well, all of that wraps up. Raul kind of looks up at the windows. One of the servants comes in to whisper in his ear, and he goes, apologies, my friends, I am required to go and prepare for another party.
Understandable. Your company will be missed.
He will stand and lift Viviana's hand and kiss her knuckles. And as always, I will be missing a bright beacon the moment you walk out my door. Turns and gives a little bow to everybody else and sees himself out of the room. And a servant prepares to walk you out.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Follow the servant out.
Once we're on the street, that was productive.
Alonso, are you okay?
What? Fine. I'm fine.
I want to give him just like a soft push.
Oh, What are you doing? Unhand me, woman.
Tiny bit of a stumble. Just a tiny bit.
Aren't you supposed to be guarding me?
I am. I have my eyes upon you, and if you should run away, I will grab you. That is protecting you from the most dangerous thing you are likely to encounter.
I just look at the rest of the group.
Viviana goes over to Alonso and begins to straighten out his appearance.
I'm fine. It was
Yes,
part
yes,
of
yes.
the... I wanted him to run out when we asked him about the thing, and then he did.
Yes, yes. We appreciate your sacrifice. And I'm sure you are fine.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for watching Opus the Requiem. If you enjoyed the story, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow for more of our content. You can find all of our actual plays on our website at www.hallowedhavenstudios.com. Please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/hallowedhavenstudios. Your support helps us make more stories like this possible.
We return as you all are arriving at the university. And Alexander is leading the way into his chambers.
That was more productive than I might have hoped. In both visits.
I knew we would find something. Have a little faith, Professor. To see it as it's a bit of a joke there. Sorry, what's going on?
You should sit down.
Thank you.
See, since the issue with Henri has reached a point of waiting, I do believe that we should discuss how it is we intend to, if we intend to extract the Empress from the palace. There are 3 basic steps to this. Get to her, get her out, get her away. Viviana, do you have a way to get her away, like out of Montaigne entirely?
I have a friend who is helping me work on that matter. But I will have to speak to them soon.
I must admit that I have some grave concerns about this course of action. Do you realize that this will almost certainly result in all of our executions?
Certainly, if we are caught, yes.
They could get in line.
Exactly. That is what he said, not so much what she said.
And if nothing is done, the Imperatrix will die. Some things
I
are worth
am
risking your
not
life
okay
for.
with that. See.
And how exactly did this bit of information about the threat to her life come to your attention? I made connections in Vodace, connections that extend to the underground in other countries as well. So you are undertaking this. Sometimes I learn things that are particularly important and cannot be ignored. And so you're undertaking this task on behalf of someone in Vodace? Yes, on behalf of someone in Vodace who knew someone in Montaigne, who knew someone who knew the Imperatrix.
That is extremely vague.
Good.
Alonso puts his hands up.
These connections of mine do not have a proper name. I stumbled into them in my youth, and we have been doing each other favors ever since then.
Well, I certainly hope you are getting an extremely large favor in return for this.
I have no doubt that I will.
Now, if this is to happen, it must be done in such a way that our involvement is not discovered.
Hold on. I'm sorry, please present your reasoning. Because they would want to kill us, yes?
Yes,
Yes.
Alonso, would you like some water?
That might be a very, very good idea. I do want to say, I am not a lord. I am not a lady. I do not possess sorte nor a vast collection of questionable books to my name. If I am to become someone in this world, doing insane things and getting away with it is sort of required.
Is it?
Well, certain insane things, good things, rescuing people. Not so much charging into walls and hoping that they move.
So, you must understand that while people such as you and I may only be risking our lives in this matter, Herr von Groth, in even sitting here and agreeing to discuss the matter, has put his family, his future family, all at risk.
Yes, I don't know that I've ever clearly explained this to you all, the situation of my upcoming marriage, but needless to say, it is something that is extremely important to the future of my family. As I'm sure you know, is quite obvious. I am from Ison. However, my home is in that part of Ison that was given to Montaigne at the end of the war. The circumstances that allowed me to keep my home and my title were that I married a Montaigne noblewoman and swore an oath of fealty to Montaigne. If something happens that endangers this upcoming marriage, my home will be taken from me and given to some Montaigne noblemen. The consequences of this would be quite grave to my family. We would be left penniless, and those people under my protection would be given into the care of some Montaigne noblemen, and we've all seen how the commoners here are treated by the nobles. That is not a fate that I wish upon my people.
Your land given to an invader. And as he says invader, there is a venom in Alonso's voice that nobody has heard before.
Alonso?
Yeah?
I would like you to just make a raw wits check, real quick. No target number. I just want to see how well you roll. I'm
Cool.
not even going to dock you for being tipsy.
That's incredibly generous. Shockingly, even.
Mostly because I think for once in your life, you may be thinking a little bit more clearly because you're drunk.
18.
As that comes out of your mouth, it hits you. You are sitting at a table with two other people whose countries have been invaded by Montaigne at one point or another. Avalon was lorded over by Montaigne for a long, long time and only recently got kicked out. Or Montaigne only recently got kicked out. And large swaths of Ison now belong to Montaigne as part of the treaty that ended the war. Just saying.
I want to know how Paul... Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, your desire to defend your people is as admirable as it is understandable. I simply put forward that If all of Montaigne were to know that I spit in the eye of the Emperor, I would consider that a bonus.
Wow, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it. I have great sympathy for the woman married to a man by all accounts is a terrible husband who means to do harm to his wife. It's truly despicable, but sadly, it's not a unique circumstance.
There might be a way to accomplish both. But this is still just a very nebulous idea. Does anyone know how tall the Imperatrix is?
Look at Viviana.
I have not seen her in person yet.
We have not heard rumor that she is particularly short or particularly large, and so I must guess of an average height that is unremarkable.
And with plain feet, no doubt.
Alonso?
What? What? Her feet are probably normal.
It occurs to me that Vodace culture may provide us with a way to bring in and take out a woman whose face is concealed.
Are you trying... Why would they wear... It? Lucia's like chewing on this, trying to figure out how to, like, where he's going. Are you trying... Would it not be just as suspicious if she had a veil on?
Not if she came in with one.
Veils are suspicious here.
Not if you're in mourning. That's it. We kill her husband first.
Alonso, I'm going to beg you to stop for just a few moments and permit reasonable ideas to percolate.
Forgive me. Yes, water. Thank you.
Viviana goes and fetches Alonso some water.
Gracias.
As I recall, it is tradition for fate witches to wear veils, is it not?
See?
It would be suspicious, noticeable even, but...
The Empress, does she traditionally wear one?
No. But that's just the point. You ever seen a street performer who does it's one of the oldest tricks of sleight of hand in the world, dating back to ancient Numa and even before, according to some sources. It's referred to as the cups and bowls.
See?
We call this the shell game.
Yes.
You wish to hide the Empress among other cups.
Indeed. I wish, this is the beginning of the thought. If someone showed up to the party with a Fate Witch escort who remained veiled and left that party with the same escort as far as anyone knew, that would be remarkable insofar as someone showed up with a Fate Witch, but that's just a bit of gossip, right?
It is exceedingly hard to find Fate Witches outside of Vodace.
I'm not saying we're going to bring a Fate Witch. I'm saying we're going to bring someone dressed as a Fate Witch.
Would that not merit suspicion?
Why?
Because it is a Fate Witch outside of Vodace?
It could merit interest, which we could use to our benefit. Surely there are some in Montaigne who would seek a private audience with this Fate Witch, thus giving us the chance to get certain people, perhaps the Imperatrix, alone.
and then switch the Imperatrix for Viviana, who would leave as... Who would be attending the party?
Well, that will depend on the manner of invitation that we receive.
Indeed, in this sort of shell game, I like that name. This sort of shell game actually works better the larger of a crowd one has to work with. Because, in theory, the veiled Fate Witch that enters the party will at some point become someone else, so that the number of visible Fate Witches does not change.
This all implies that everyone is going to be very comfortable with a bunch of Fate Witches just running around.
It's a Montaigne party. No one's ever comfortable, ever.
Could we not try a masquerade?
That would require us to throw the party. If you can find us a masquerade, by all means.
In which
Yes.
the Imperatrix will attend.
Does the Imperatrix know we are coming for her?
She knows someone is coming.
Well, why doesn't she throw the party?
And what do you make of this?
If
Out of character, I just want to note, technically speaking, you know that she asked for help. You do not know that she is aware somebody is coming. You can maybe hope and assume, but you don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I would say from experience that if you do not know you're about to be kidnapped, it is very likely you're going to fight the people trying to kidnap you.
All right. So we need a way to make contact with her.
I would
And-
suspect that the easiest way to do that is to go through one of our higher contacts, in this case, the Susé du Susé family, specifically Jamais. I'm not
Well,
suggesting
I
that we
hesitate-
tell her about this particular plan.
Well, I hesitate to bring it up. It is conceivably possible that I could arrange a meeting with the Emperor. I am, after all, going to be the newest noble in his realm. If we could suggest to one of our contacts that I wish to meet him, since he is now my liege, perhaps that may get us an invitation.
I may have a way to contact her that does not require human intervention.
Are you speaking of a spider?
See,
That could be convenient.
My greatest concern would be that's one-way communication.
it is. But it could open the door to further communication, as she would be then aware there was a conspiracy.
Then I would add to that. Well, first, a question for Viviana. This network of friends who owe you favors, they have a way of contacting one another, or at least letting each other know, hey, it's part of the circle of people who owe you favors?
We do not keep in direct and immediate contact with each other. Frankly, they at times show up when I least expect it. They leave messages.
And how do you know that any particular message is from a trusted source?
There are signs, symbols to look for.
That's what I was hoping for. If we could get her a message, help is here, and then present her with even a smaller social event with one of those signs present, we would then just have to hope that she is a sufficiently intelligent woman to put two and two together. And then we would have an opportunity to speak to her before we try and spirit her away, which we may not even need to do. We don't know what sort of help she needs.
I like this. Could you perhaps, Lord Heinrich, I like also your idea. An official swearing of fealty. Take a knee, or I do not know how it is properly done in Iceland. But
I
to do
don't know
this,
how it's done in Montaigne.
the more Iceland, the better, I think, because it is not intended for that so much as to let Lady Lucani stand at your side and give a sign to the Imperatrix.
It is.
Presuming the Empress would be present for such a thing.
If the party is large enough, which works to our advantage in a crowd, then she should.
I cannot imagine an oath of fealty being given at a large party, but I apologize, Herr von Graf, you were saying.
No, it's something that I could attempt to arrange, but I'm not by any means certain that it would be possible.
Perhaps we start small. We focus on getting her the message from your spider, and arranging a social event of our own that could be small. It could even be Herr von Graf could host a salon of some sort.
An engagement party?
So long as the signs and symbols are there for the Empress to see.
I do not mean to be rude, but I do not think we are capable of arranging an event to which the Imperatrix would attend.
Jamais might be able to.
Yes. My focus at the moment is to strengthen my connection with her.
A connection you intend to form by spider and secret sign?
What?
Oh, jamais. I see.
Yes, jamais.
I thought you meant the Imperatrix. I was confusing.
No, if I could drink your water.
Glug, glug, glug.
I have two minds on this. I see the point that there's a possibility that a smaller event would not seem to be worth her time. But as I believe we've established, she doesn't socialize that much anyway. So it would just need to be something that she could claim a private interest in.
Perhaps a reading by one of her favorite authors.
Or a scandalous one, at least.
It would be... Lord Heinrich,
Yes.
have you engaged in anything particularly social? Have you hosted anything social here?
I'm afraid I've never had the opportunity to host any sort of gathering. I've been otherwise occupied.
So you have yet to introduce your children or Montagnan society to them, or you and your future wife, yes?
No, I have not yet done so.
It would
You were technically presented alongside your fiance at that party at the Sisse house
Yes.
early on.
Yeah, that.
But your daughters have not been presented.
Yep.
They're still young. But you have not hosted, you have not entertained as a couple.
No, I have not. However, my residence and my ability to do so is not anywhere near grand enough to warrant the attendance of the emperor or his spouse.
However, it would be quite the draw, the brag, if you could host a small salon with a famous author. And it might put feathers in your cap as a Montagnan. it might also behoove Jamais. She might find it valuable to her to have Alexander.
Yes, we could certainly. I'm quite confident we could get Jamais to attend an event that I would host.
This could also be useful in seeding the arrival of a Fate Witch.
Okay.
If we are to shell game the Imperatrix, having the Fate Witch at this party that rumors of her arrival might spread means that when she arrives fully veiled to perform our little trick, no one is surprised to see her, but they are interested.
That is true. Anything that someone has seen before, they will they can take as a topic of conversation, but it's no longer a mystery, not as much.
So grow them accustomed to the presence of a Fate Witch in Montaigne, in Charuz.
Indeed.
Do we not... there is a group of people out hunting... Well, I guess I don't look like a Fate Witch, so... They would not draw unnecessary attention.
Oh, it will surely be dangerous, but that is why we are here. If that is the only danger we face during this operation, then I think we have got off rather light.
Also, given the lay of the man who I encountered during our scuffle looked at me very intently, it is... Do they not already know your face?
I do not know. I would assume so.
Your face will be hidden.
Why? Viviana is taller.
We still don't know the Empress's height. So, might I suggest this? We arrange the spider. We arrange the salon. Should the Empress show up to the salon, we take an appraisal of her height, and then at some point during the salon, whoever is most well suited to acting as our decoy steps out, changes clothes, makes an appearance as a veiled Fate Witch, and then immediately disappears again. It's just something so that everyone has seen our shell there. And all things considered, probably associates her with me as some sort of friend or confidant. Because if I walk in and out with a Fate Witch, that casts no aspersions upon Herr von Groth, except that he hosted me in order to curry favor with his family.
Indeed, this seems liable to succeed.
Don't jinx us.
Well, it's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
I think that was a very high compliment coming from the Ison.
I will take what I can get. All right.
I will also extend an invitation to a certain diplomat's daughter.
Brilliant.
You can ask her about pay.
Speaking of, you and I need to discuss coin, Lucia. But later.
So, we should right now make arrangements to deliver the messenger spider. We need to be able to get it close to the palace, I imagine. I'm looking at the people who know more about this than I do.
It is a spider. So yes, it moves at the rate that the spider moves, and you watched that.
And it will take so if we were to arrange for it to be delivered, and it's going to take us a day or two in order to at least to arrange a proper salon.
We do have to move fast.
We do.
Easy. How common are there are a ton of servants who work who are at the palace, right? We all know that, that's common
One would
knowledge.
assume, yes.
If one could get on the palace grounds, it would be easier.
Perhaps a distraction at a side gate and a little bit of luck.
Or if we could get hands on servants' clothing. There must be laundresses.
Would they not do that inside?
Depends.
So an infiltration of some kind to deliver a message, then a salon to boost our reputation and introduce the elements of our grand deception, which take place at some larger event where we switch the Imperatrix with our made-up Fate Witch and abscond.
See.
With any luck, the Empress, if we can get the Empress to at least pay a call on the salon, we can determine what sort of aid it is she needs, and we may proceed from there on how best to provide it.
And all of this I like. I must ask one question. What am I going to do?
Sober up.
Rude. That was very rude. But not entirely wrong. Still though, this...
Alonso. The woman you want to invite to the party, yes? Her father is a diplomat?
He is.
Ask Sylvie about pay.
The city, yes.
And Hugh.
I think she's thinking about me. The man, yes.
Yes, the man.
Okay, yes, all right.
I anticipate there will be an opportunity if we achieve the right sort of party for you to make something of a spectacle of yourself at a predetermined moment, Alonso. All in very good and dashing ways, in ways that will probably, if we do it right, boost Herr von Groth's reputation and perhaps inoculate him slightly from later accusations.
How do you mean?
It's all very nebulous at the moment. Part of it's going to depend. It's going to depend a lot on who's in the veil. So, right now, we work on getting the spider into place and to getting the salon arranged. Yes.
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 See.
Well, to send the spider, I will need to get back to the chateau.
And we will need to understand how best to enter the palace, yes?
If only we had people. Well, I may be able to ask Macaulay's players. They might know servants.
Or the woman who helped us with the marks on her hands.
Eva?
Yes, that is the one.
Eva.
Perhaps she should be consulted. I got the impression there was a great deal more to her than meets the eye.
Looking into imperial palaces is well outside of my realm of expertise, so I will leave that to you.
Throwing a party is well outside my area of expertise, yet it seems I shall be doing so.
Fortunate then you have a fiancé to help you.
All right. Sounds like we have plans, yes?
Yes.
Indeed.
All right, we don't have a ton of time left, but I think we can get started on some of them. Who would like to go first?
Well, my first step is to just solidify some sort of relationship with Sémø, so I don't know if that's possible at the moment because Heinrich sent a messenger to her about how I would like to meet with her, but nothing seems to have resulted of that yet.
I think that was also sent like less than 24 hours ago, so.
Yes.
No, because I was like, we can't send the spider until we can figure out how to get the spider closer, so.
We could figure out how to get the spider closer.
We could do that.
Yeah.
I have a piece of business to attend, and then I would like to see the palace. I hear it is quite a, what is the word in Montaigne? Tourist spot?
Yes, 2 strangers to this city probably would be able to gawk at it.
And I go off to do a piece of business.
Okay. I'm just going to throw it out there. I think anybody here who has ever been a part of any sort of noble family and had to do like party things, especially during a busy season like the one that you guys are in the middle of with the Emperor's birthday, the sooner you talk to the Sémø family about potentially hosting this ball or whatever it is that you want it to be, the better. Because like everybody throws parties every day right now. So giving them as much warning as possible is a good thing.
Herr von Graf should send a letter, or a runner. Would be my guess.
Yep.
Or he could go and try to talk to them. They were out meeting with a seamstress. It's not like they were out all day. One would assume.
That's true.
Yeah, he could do that. He wouldn't enjoy it, but he can do it.
He never does.
We must all
Viviana
make
would offer to
sacrifices.
go. Viviana would offer to go with
Yep.
him.
And we split the party.
Yep, split the party.
No, that's
All right.
fine.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
If you don't mind, Herr von Graf, I might accompany you as well. For one thing, I need to see how much black fabric is not selling this season. Also, I may need to pop into a shop to see if I can't find a Montaigne edition of one of my romantic books. As long as I'm going to be putting you in a bad position, I might as well make it look like you're trying to research romance.
Yeah.
Dottore, I may actually have a dress.
Splendid. We will arrange the other one as potentially a backup, depending on whether or not there are size considerations.
Or yes, or we could let out the one I have.
Indeed.
If we are to have a new one made, would it be wise to... it seems that to do that would require some level of discretion from the maker.
Exactly.
Right. Alexander looks at Viviana for a second and says, I believe we could encourage such a thing.
Certainly.
That is that's all a lot of ifs. Right now, the two of you go see go take in the sights, and the three of us will try and find 2 women shopping for dresses.
They ask be with you.
Ego.
And also
Well-
with you.
Lucia will grab Alonso's arm and start dragging him out.
Before you leave, Lucia, could I speak to you for a moment?
Okay.
Nothing of grave importance, but I have something I wish to say to you.
All right. Does it need to be private?
I would prefer it.
Then we will step outside.
I actually have another matter to attend. I will meet you at the palace soon.
We should go together.
This will only take a moment.
Very well.
All right. You guys are able to step into a side room, probably over to Alexander's bedchamber. Nothing inappropriate about that.
No, nothing at all. Lady, I fear I owe you an apology. For how I spoke to you the other day. I was treating you as a child, and I should not have done that.
How old are you, Lord Groth?
45.
To you, I will always be a child.
Well, you are an adult, and in the future, I will do my best to treat you as one. And how I spoke was inappropriate, and I do feel that I should apologize to you for it. However, going forward, I would like you to keep in mind that your actions and decisions impact people beyond yourself. Alonso has sworn to defend you, and he is, by all appearances, willing to die in your service. And you have a responsibility to see that if he is to sacrifice himself, that it is for something worthy.
In this, you are right. It is senseless to waste a good swordsman on stupidity.
Yes, people under your command, they're callous to say so, but their lives are like coins. You can choose how to spend them, what objective is worth spending their lives to achieve, and afterwards you will be forced to look yourself into the mirror, and you will ask yourself, was it worth it? And for your own sake, I hope that you're able to say yes.
Theos willing, I hope I do too. Thank you for apologizing, but I do not think you needed to.
Well, and also in my experience, when I have to apologize for a woman, bringing a gift also makes things easier. And Heinrich reaches into his bag and pulls out a lacquered wooden box. This belonged to my wife, but I would like you to have it.
Grazie. She'll take the box.
Because you open it up and it's a gun.
Oh, hell
no.
Yeah.
What have you done?
Lucia makes an inhuman sound. Grazie, signore. I will need to learn to use it.
You should ask Alonso how to teach you.
I will wait until he's a little less excitable.
Yes, a little more sober.
See, Herr von Graf, perhaps it is worth speaking to Jamais as well. She is being courted by a Felici, and we throw the best parties in Vadace.
Yes, I will definitely be speaking to her. I'm dreading the conversation because I really do not particularly enjoy attending these types of parties, much less hosting one, but we all must do our duty.
They are like battlefields. You should enjoy them.
I didn't enjoy battlefields either.
Lucia gives Heinrich a praising look.
But I think
Yeah.
Alonso is waiting for you. Perhaps
Yes.
The two of you should go to the palace.
Ecco, and grazie. And she'll step out.
All right. You meet up with Alonso holding a fancy new box.
He gave you something? Is
A
it
pair
for
of
the...
A pair of shoes.
Insight check?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a sincerity roll from Lucia.
All right.
And a cold read roll from Alonso.
Now, do I believe that Alonso can beat a 30? No. Am I going to add a drama die? Yes.
Okay, spend the drama die. Alonso, I hope you have enough drama dice, man. That is a 32. So your
one more.
Oh my god. That's a 40. Your target number is 40, wits and cold read.
Cool. 19.
I'm assuming you don't want to spend drama die to try and hit 40,
He looks at the box, shrugs, and walks off.
Cool.
That might be the worst use of drama dice we have seen so far.
I have so many. Yeah, we're gonna head to the palace. I don't know what everyone else is doing, or yeah.
Okay. So you guys are headed to the palace. Viviana and Heinrich are headed to the Susay home, yes?
Yes.
And Alexander, what are you up to?
I was going with Viv and Heinrich. Are we going to the Susay home, or are we going to try and find them because we were told they were out?
I mean, that was also a few hours ago.
Sure.
I think we could head to the Susay home first.
Yeah, show up a second time unannounced in one day.
Why not?
If nothing, it says that Heinrich is getting accustomed to being comfortable around his in-laws.
Yeah, but he's not.
Yeah, well.
Sorry, that's why you brought us as your wingmen.
All right. You all split up and go your separate ways. And Heinrich, Viviana, and Alexander. I believe Alexander said he also wanted to stop at a bookshop, yes?
Yeah, but I can do that on the way back. So-
Okay. I was just going to say you could do it on the way there. We don't have to roleplay it. It just happens.
But either way, we don't have to roleplay it coming or going.
You all head to the Susay home. The servant who opens the door looks a little surprised to see you again so soon. Lord von Groth?
Hello again. Has my fiance returned from her dress fitting?
Yes, my lord, she has. She and her mother are within.
Thank you. Could you see if they are willing to accept visitors?
Yes, my lord. He hurries off into the home after letting you in and seeing you to a sitting room. And about 30 minutes later, the door opens and both Diane and Jamais step inside.
Heinrich will get up and greet his fiancée, do the obligatory hand kiss.
She looks pleased and appropriately just a little bit shy, just a little bit blushy at the kiss to her knuckles. It is good to see you and your companions.
Thank you. I've missed you greatly. I fear I've been neglecting seeing you in the past few days.
But things have been busy here. I did not want to assume you would want to come to every party I have to attend.
Well, perhaps not every party, but that is actually why I have come by to visit. I realize that as Charus is now my home, I have been neglecting some of my social duties as well. I wish to host an event before the end of these festivities, and I fear I don't have the ability to do it well without your assistance.
She gets this broad smile on her face, and you get the feeling she had been hoping at some point that you would kind of get with the program and let her like start to include and introduce you to society a little bit more formally. I would love that. When were you thinking?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a tremendous amount of time before the festivities of the Emperor's birthday would conclude, so I was thinking perhaps in 3 or 4 days, if you think that we could get enough people to attend.
She looks a little thoughtful and looks over to her mother. Sémø sort of taps the tip of a long nail against her lips. 4 days is a tall order. Not impossible. It would require some amount of social capital. Some reason to get people to change their plans.
If I may, Madame and Mademoiselle, I believe I have been summoned to exactly that purpose, as Herr von Groth is my dear friend, and his descriptions of you, Mademoiselle, are as florid as I have ever heard from such a stoic figure, but they do not do you justice.
It gives a little smile. And you want a out of character, did you ask for like a party or a salon? I mean, I know they're kind of the same thing, but there's like a difference between a ball and a salon in terms of size.
Well, Heinrich's house by noble standards is not huge. You know, I mean, it's still in like a wealthy area of the town, but it's not big enough to host hundreds of people.
That's fair.
So probably a salon, if I understand the difference, which...
Yes. Salons are smaller, more intimate. It's not all about dancing and drinking. It's more about hanging out. A large party would take more time, but we could certainly put together a small, intimate gathering within a few days, especially if we have a famous author here.
Yes, the good Reverend has offered to do a reading of one of his books as well.
She looks kind of immediately a little bit more interested. I think this could be a excellent way to tempt people into attending. And I hope that Monsieur Hutcheson would be willing to perhaps spend a little more time having conversations with the hosts, yes? I have many questions about your books.
Nothing would give me great pleasure. I am given to understand that Madame is a scholar of history herself, and I would love while I have passed through the libraries of La Grande Université, I have hardly had time to sit down and pick up a book, so I would love to discuss such matters with you at your leisure.
She kind of smiles broadly at that. Excellent. I think I can manage this. Do you want to host it at your home, Lord von Groth, or would you prefer we host it here?
My original plan was to host it at my residence, but if you think here would be better, we could do that as well.
I am happy to accommodate whatever you wish. I simply need to know what to put on the invitations.
Let's use my home.
Excellent. I can do this. Well, let's say in 4 days, you should, actually, you have a housekeeper?
Yes.
Excellent. I will have, we will have plans drawn up and sent to her. I imagine it might be easier for her to do most of the preparations than you try to convey everything. Third party, yes?
Yes. I will appreciate your assistance.
Perfect. And will you entrust me with the guest list?
Of course.
She smiles. Perfect. Well, I don't mean to be rude, but I did have, I have a party to get to in a few hours and I still need to go and prepare. So if you do not need anything else, I should see myself out.
Alexander will kind of look pointedly at Viviana to see if there's anything she wants or needs to add at this point.
Viviana adopts her usual very charming smile, aims it at Sémø. If you do not mind, Lady Cissé du Cissé, I might request the pleasure of your company for a bit of time.
I suppose I can do this, if you don't mind spending time with me while I prepare.
Of course.
Well, then we will leave these gentlemen in the company of each other, and she looks over at Diana, who's like, I have to get ready too. But I will be up in a few moments. And Sémø sort of nods, turns and gives a very polite curtsy to Heinrich, and nods to Alexander, before turning and sweeping out of the room, leaving Viviana to follow.
Viviana does indeed follow.
She leads you through the house, up a flight of stairs, into and through a set of double doors, into a fairly opulent sitting room. The one thing that kind of like takes away from how feminine the whole room is that there are floor-to-ceiling bookshelves here, and they are packed.
Viviana does indeed find herself drawn to the bookshelves. She runs her finger along the spines of some of them, but she does not wander too far from Sémø. And I think what she immediately does is she launches into not quite verbal sparring, but she's trying to get Sémø riled up, not on like a political conversation, but on a topic of conversation that she would find interesting, like giving her a chance to express her intelligence.
All right. This is going to be a wits and oratory, because you are trying to guide her, into specific topics and reactions.
Okay. Target number?
Oh, Sémø's a tough nut to crack. Let's say a 25 will get her to at least seem vaguely interested in your topic. 30 will get her really going. She's a very well-controlled and seasoned courtier, so.
Then I will take 2 raises.
You're going for 40?
I'm 35.
Or 35?
Yes,
Okay.
35.
That puts you at 31.
I will spend a drama die.
Do it. 36. Very good. You find as you talk, you're avoiding kind of heavy political topics because you don't want to risk stepping on toes and getting into things about like the emperor or whatever. But you start talking. You remember Alexander mentioning that she is a student of history. And you start kind of engaging her on that, and you find that Sémø is not only a student of history, she is as evidenced by the books around her, and her reactions and her ability to kind of pour out information without really thinking about it. Sémø is exceptionally well read. She may not be quite the academic that Alexander is, but you get the feeling that had she not been thrust into the position of the head of a family like this one, and then had to, ended up maneuvering herself into the position of the emperor's wit, she could have been an academic of Alexander's caliber easily, had she been given the opportunity to.
Viviana is truly, genuinely very impressed by this. And her smile goes from just being, charming to being much more genuine. And she says to Sémø, "You certainly know your topics. I'm not surprised given your reputation, but this conversation has been quite enjoyable."
She smiles. Something that you do notice, having talked to her when she is in, wit mode, she does not go out of her way to, throw around a bunch of, veiled insults and stuff with this. She's having, a genuine, spirited, debate and conversation about major points in history, about, she's really into talking about trade at times. Not so much the way that you have seen Heinrich get into it, where it's all kind of cold and calculating, but she seems to relate a lot of the working of trade routes and dealing with the people that you have to make deals with and organize things around is all very she sees it all as very political, and is very good at managing that, and she is she's quite happy to have those conversations. And when you say that it was all very pleasant, she kind of gives a smile. It is refreshing to meet another woman who doesn't want to gossip all the time.
Gossip, I find, can be quite exhausting. There is so much that you know how it is at court. There is so much maneuvering that you have to do and so much that goes unsaid but actually is being said. It is nice to have a more earnest conversation with another woman. Viviana, at this point, is trying to respectfully find ways to respectfully but coincidentally brush up against Sémø.
Okay. That's not that hard. She's getting ready for a party, and I imagine because you guys are in the heat of a conversation, there are probably times where something needs to be laced into place or whatever, and rather than calling on a servant for help, she just turns and pulls her hair to the side to let you do it. This is probably the rudest she ever gets, is she just kind of assumes you're going to step in and take over without Asking.
Viviana has no trouble doing that.
It's
And
probably like her one conceit to the fact that she has status over you. Like, you are not a noble, so she can just assume that you are going to, like, do what she wants you to do.
yes, and at this point, Viviana steers the conversation towards, while keeping with interests, she's interested in some of Jame's other personal interests, whether branching off into other topics with books that aren't necessarily like history or any theories that she's interested in, trying to continue to have her get riled up while she continues to brush up against her. Yes, I am trying to seduce Jame.
I have to make a decision I didn't think I'd have to make, which is whether or not Jame is interested in women.
Please.
Listen,
I've
next
never
thing I
asked
know,
for
you're gonna
that.
try. Next thing I know, you're gonna try and seduce Diane so that you could get the Sisay hat trick. It's weird.
Not that weird.
Please.
It's Montaigne.
Please.
Make your seduction roll. I'm not going to put a target number on it because I don't know that Jame is into women or whatever, but I want to see how well you do. Maybe you'll get her curious. We'll see.
Okay. Does she think I'm pretty?
When I say no, it's not because she doesn't think you're attractive. It's because I don't think she's like considered being sexually attracted to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But you know, you might plant the thought in her head. We'll see.
We'll see.
Now I have to pull up her sheet. I was not anticipating this at all. Here we are. What did you get?
I'm going to... I'm rechecking my stats to make sure that I don't accidentally cheat. So this is Panache and Seduction.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 7 plus 2 from Dangerous Beauty, so that's 9, keep 4. 9. I'm going to add drama dice to this roll.
Okay. Wait, how did you get to 9 if I said you don't get your pretty dice? What's happening?
I have 4 Panache, I have 3 Seduction, and I get 2 from Dangerous Beauty whenever I make a seduction attempt.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna add another drama die to this.
That's 33. 42. Okay. I don't think Jame is going to be able to meet that. I'm probably going to have to spend drama dice if I want her to understand what's happening, but we will see.
Honestly, yeah, can I use more drama dice?
You can use as much as you want. Just understand that, like, once you use them, they're, you have to earn more.
I will use one more.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Oh, hey, that explodes, babe. What is happening? Okay, so that's 31, 33, 42, 52, 54. Jesus H. Roosevelt Christ. Okay. I would have to roll a lot of 10s to even get close, but let's give it a shot, I guess. That's a 54, which is what I needed, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a tie.
So it's tied. This okay. as this goes on, Sémø doesn't react for a while. And after a while, you're starting to wonder if she's just oblivious. And then she kind of, after you like lace up the back of her dress at one point, and kind of smooth her curls back into place, she kind of turns and catches your wrist and lifts it and kisses the inside of your wrist right on the pulse point. You are very good, but not so good. I don't see what you're doing.
If you understand what I'm doing. And Viviana smiles again. Again, her smile is not that front charming that she was sort of using during their back and forth during that dinner with Heinrich and Diane. It seems very genuine, and her interest seems genuine because it is. You are an incredibly intelligent woman, and it would have surprised me had you not got on. When I say that this conversation has been pleasant, I am being genuine.
She gives a little half smile, and there's a shadow of something in her eyes for a moment. Right before she, there's a shadow of something in her eyes right before she puts her fingers under your chin and tilts it upward and presses just the most feather light of kisses to your lips. You interest me. You would be at the party, yes?
Of course I will.
Good. You should wear something. She kind of looks thoughtful for a moment. Wear something head-turning.
As you wish.
Now, fun as all of this is, I really must finish getting ready, and you, precious one, are a distraction.
I will leave you in peace, my lady.
And she kind of gestures to the door and waits for you to go.
Viviana will give her a curtsy and another smile, perhaps bordering on a smirk, and then she will leave.
All right. You head down and are able to meet up with Heinrich and Alexander. Diane kind of hung out with you guys for a few more minutes. It's clear that she was mostly there because she wanted to talk to Heinrich and have a conversation. Not about anything in particular. It's more of a she hasn't really gotten to see you much since the party where you guys were sort of introduced to society. So she's excited.
Alexander is happy to make himself as indistinct as possible while this is going on.
A maid does come and like hang out in the room so that she's not left alone with two men, but she is also very good at making herself indistinct and unnoticed. And eventually she has to see herself out because it is time for her to get ready for her outing. And that happens just a couple of minutes before Viviana shows up.
Well, I'm sure we don't want to overstay our welcome, especially given that we came here on such short on no notice.
I would like Heinrich and Alexander to give me whatever kind of like notice roll you might have. Like I know Heinrich has perception.
With wits?
Yes.
Target number?
Like 15 average.
I will take one raise.
Okay.
And I will fail. I will pacify myself by after
Jesus, Heinrich. Sorry,
Damn.
sorry, that was 3
Yeah.
tens. That was a lot. Sorry, continue, Book.
Once Heinrich has finished rolling his god roll, I'm going to spend my monologue token on Viviana.
Okay. Heinrich, you look up. Alexander has gotten so good at so intent on trying to just be a part of the furniture so that he's not noticeable while your fiance's in the room, that he doesn't seem to really register much other than the fact that Viviana's in the room. You, however, look over and immediately zero in that on the fact that her lips are just a little bit more red than they were when she left, and it's not a natural type of red.
Like extra makeup, or
It looks a little bit like, yeah, either she put on the lightest covering of makeup, or, you know, you have seen men after they have been kissed by a woman in makeup.
yeah, okay. Yeah, Heinrich kind of looks at her, kind of looks puzzled. Then he kind of realizes what that means, and he kind of looks a little surprised. But he's not going to say anything in the house.
I'm assuming you guys are just going to pick up and go, yeah?
Yeah. I do have to do my monologue because of Alexander.
I know. Hold on. I have a plan for that. You guys step outside. Heinrich, would you like to say anything about it once you are away from the house?
Probably yes.
Then what are you going to say?
He's basically just going to look at her and go, "Really?"
Yes, really.
And now I would like to hear Viviana's monologue.
Is it really so surprising that all sorts of people find an intelligent woman incredibly attractive? The first time that I realized I had a taste for women, I was in Vodace. I was at court. I had become a courtesan. And it was when Delphina and I were still in the stage of our relationship where we considered ourselves rivals for male attention. And I remember the way her mouth moved when she was debating me on some trivial gossip. And I remember the spark in her eyes, and I remember the curve of her jaw. It is not something that you can get with men. Kissing a woman is an experience that were I not so sensible, I would be liable to be quite the lecher and spend all my days chasing that feeling, because it is wonderful. Especially when that woman has a proper head on her shoulders. Especially when she's a woman like Sémø. I do not care so much about appearance so much as I do care about wit. And that woman's wit is razor sharp. And her kiss is sweet.
Excellent. And I think that's where we're going to stop for the evening.